Okay, now. Oh, hey gang, before we get started this morning, I just want to take a moment and read you this. I'd like for you to kind of give it some thought. Not only during the video, but once the video's over and you're going about your day, give this a thought. It says, have you ever thought about this? In 100 years, I say 50, but in 100 years, like in 2123, we will all be buried with our relatives and friends. Strangers will live in our homes that we fought so hard to build, and they will own everything we have today. All our possessions will be unknown and unborn, including the car we spent a fortune on, and it will probably be scrapped, preferably in the hands of an unknown collector. This is not my writing, but you get the gist of what they're saying. Our descendants will hardly know who we are, nor will they remember us. How many of us know our grandfather's father? After we die, we will be remembered for a few more years. Then we are just a portrait on someone's bookshelf. And a few years later, our history, photos, and deeds disappear in history's oblivion. We won't even be memories. If we pause one day to analyze these questions, perhaps we would understand how ignorant and weak the dream to achieve it all was. If we could only think about this, surely our approaches, our thoughts would change and we would be different people. Always having more, no time for what's really valuable in this life. Always having more, no time for what's valuable in this life. I'd change all this to live and enjoy the walks I've never taken, the hugs I didn't give, the kisses for our children and our loved ones, these jokes we didn't have time for. Those would certainly be the most beautiful moments to remember. After all, they would fill our lives with joy. That extra 10 hours of overtime that you just got to get to make your car payment or something like that. Next time y'all out there hustling, bustling, trying to live out American dream, think about that. Think about it. Nothing you have today is going to be remembered. It'll be somebody else's in no time at all after you're dead. Just say. Okay, let's get on with this week's video. Well, good morning, folks. Woo! You can tell it's kind of dark and gloomy. First week of October. Leaves seem to be changing a little slower this year. My hickory over here just now, it seems like the leaves are turning on it. Usually they've already turned, starting to turn, I don't know. Rain last night or early this morning, and it's supposed to be the first fall cool front of the year. It's supposed to kind of, highs are supposed to get into the 70s and this coming week. So deer season's open. I haven't been. I just got home. Oh, when did I get on Wednesday? I think today's Wednesday when I'm shooting this. Maybe you'll see this Friday. Okay. So I got home Monday night, I think. Anyway, I hadn't had a chance to go. So to you old hands like Fenderman and all, thank you. I'm not using the external mic today. This new software that I'm using has a feature where I can turn the volume up on the video, and I'm going to try that, and y'all let me know how it's working. Otherwise, I will go back to the external mic. I just don't like the sound of the external mic. I've got another one on order. Honestly, I ordered like a $25 one off Amazon, and I just don't like that sound quality. To your new subscribers, welcome. According to the tube, I have 766 new subscribers in the last month. And I've had a couple of my videos, YouTube's apparently recommended them. That's the only place I can figure out where the new traffic is coming from. And the subscribers have just blew up. So if you're new, welcome. Let me take a minute and tell you what this channel's about. If you expect stuff like, oh, you'll never believe what my dog did or my goat did, and 30 minutes of fluff and 5 minutes, oh, well, my goat pooped in the yard, my dog ate it. It's not one of those clickbait, you know, oh my God, the sheriff kicked me off for living off grid, or FBI raided my place for living off grid. And it's not one of those. It's not, if you expect to see half-naked people running around acting like they live off grid. I'm not taking my clothes off for you. I'm sorry, I'm not. This is pretty much all you're going to get right here. Not one of that. It's basically stuff that I believe this is the basic way of living. This is a determined way of living. I just don't walk in and turn on a knob and water comes off. I just don't flip on a switch and the light comes on. I have to do something to make that happen. Do you hear him? Little gray squirrel laughing at me. He's barking at something. So no, it's not none of that other stuff. I think this is if you're looking to get out of the rat race, if you're looking to stop being under the thumb of society and government control, I think some of the information I bring you will give you the tools you need to accomplish that. I think really there's very few video channels on YouTube that do that. Like I said, most of them, you know, clickbait, fluff, oh, you know, buy $4,000 off-grid home. You know, really, you know. So anyway, with all those new subscribers coming in, I've been getting a lot of comments, concerns, and suggestions. And I'm going to answer some of those in this video. Well, I don't know if y'all can hear him or not. He is really concerned about something down there in the woods. That little gray's like, maybe he just got his bushy tail all up because maybe got wet last night or this morning whenever it rained. So anyway, I don't know where to start. If you have questions, you can always leave them comments. Let me tell you, I can't get to all the comments. I could sit here probably 8 hours a day answering comments and never catch up on them. I'm getting over 100 a day now. So there's no way, you know, and it seems like YouTube will only put a few up in my notifications, and the rest of them go in under the comments thing over here. So I may, you know, if I pull up my notifications to see what they are, and I see that someone left a comment, I will try to get to it. But I don't know how YouTube determines who gets comments gets put in the notifications and who gets put under the comment menu in the sidebar. I don't know how they do that. I spent a couple hours last night trying to answer questions, and it's just unreal the amount of comments. So I thought I'd try to tackle some of the more pressing ones here. I'll start with this one. One of them said, one of the newer ones said, I could tell by the clink of your cup and the unnatural way that you took a drink that I had questions about your authenticity, something like that. Paraphrasing. I'm like, really? Exactly. So, hey, this has got coffee in it. Cannot believe I left Casey's coffee in a cup, but I'm not drinking it. It's a couple weeks old. I think he must have been talking about that old enamel cup I had. Dude, can't help you there. I just, if you're, if that's what all you took away from the video, that's what I would call a you problem and not a me problem. So, I don't know what you would call an unnatural drinking, but when you're off grid, you have to start every day with a steaming hot cup of coffee. If you're going to live off grid, buckaroo, you have to start every day with a hot steaming cup of coffee. He said he could tell my cup was empty by the clink. And that bothers you? I can usually tell you pretty 100% positive I've never taken a drink of coffee from an empty cup. Now, I may have thought there was coffee in there and tried to take it and it would be empty, but never just to take a drink from a cup knowing it was empty. Because you can't take a drink from an empty cup. That's the wind. I heard all them raindrops from over here, and I thought that was a squirrel, but no, it's the wind. So yeah, sorry. One of the more serious ones was, well, I've seen one that said, well, this guy lives just out in the woods. He's single, and he doesn't have a shower, and he's over the road trucker, and he probably takes showers at truck stops and stuff. And several of y'all had questions about what I do for a shower. Okay, Walmart and probably other places too, and well, I know they do, Amazon, all that, carry a portable shower. It's a black vinyl or plastic bag. I'll tell you, it is a bear to fill up at the water kiosk. So, but it holds 5 gallons. You can put it out in the sun for a little while, and it will get very hot. And so I use that right now as a portable shower when I'm out here. Obviously, when I am on the road, yeah, I do stop at truck stops. In the winter, I said before, there's a truck stop about 10 miles away. If I go in and wash my clothes, okay, I can usually get most of my clothes in at most 2 loads. $4. $2 a load at the laundromat. Then I bring them back here and put them on the clothesline. Y'all see my clothesline. That's during summer. Now, if it's winter or like today when it's wet and rainy, I will dry them at the laundromat. And in the winter when I do that, because it takes them a while to dry, I will go down to the truck stop and take a shower there. Just have to make sacrifices that you wouldn't normally do. Like I said, I can't just go and turn on a faucet and water come out. Now you got friends helping them. There's something down there. I don't know if you see my short area last week where all the blue jays and chickadees were going nuts. And I went out there and there was that big black snake out there. That was the only snake I've seen here. In fact, first one was a big black snake a couple months after I moved here. So that's how I guess I do plan on having, when I get the outhouse built, a little shower place off to the side. But honestly, in the winter when it's still really cold, I have to go in town anyway. So why would I stand out in freezing weather to take a shower? No, not me. I'm not one of those people that's going to run and jump into a freezing lake or something like that. So that's that. So he was really concerned about, you know, I was single and living, and I didn't live here all the time. Well, before I went over the road, I did live here all the time. 24/7, 365. First couple years, I lived out here all the time. And that's, you know, it can be done if you really want to do it. So, moving on. Um, I should have wrote these down. I just hate writing. It just seems silly writing comments down. So, the next one I caught my eye was a guy says, well, you couldn't, it was on the video I had about what it cost me to move off grid. You couldn't do that this day and age. It costs you 3 times as much. It might. And I thought, I need to look into that. What would it cost me to do this again? I moved out here almost going on 4.5 years. This spring, I think it was in the spring late spring, May or June, I think, when I moved out here. It'll be 5 years. In fact, the place I bought this building is no longer in business. The dealer is no longer, not Dirksen. Obviously I'm not going to go out and buy land and move a cabin just to make a video. I know people do that just to, well, we're content creators. I'm sorry, not only $41 I got last month off of YouTube. Sorry, not at $41, it ain't gonna go that far. But I will do a what you could do. People are still getting cockeyed over price per acre. You think that is the only thing that matters. And I'm telling you now, I've told you in other videos, I couldn't care less about the price per acre. People, wow, you paid how much for that? Wow, it's like, I explained it. Price per acre should not even enter the equation. You're not buying a used car. You're not buying an old house. Well, maybe you're not. But you're not buying something material that is disposable. You're buying a piece of land. They will never make that piece of land again. Okay? Yes, I paid some people consider a lot of money for this piece of between 1/2 and 3/4 acre. Okay? Yes, he went up on the price when he knew I wanted it. But I have news for him. I would have paid more for this piece of land because it came the closest to matching what I wanted. Remote, preferably at the end of a road, surrounded by state or federal land, so no one could come in and build on me. Yes, I paid a premium for this land. No, it is not good for nothing other than living off grid. I'm not going to raise taters and maters and everything else out here and just take truckloads of it in town and sell it. It's not farm ground. It's rocks and trees. It's perfect for what I wanted it for, and that's why I would pay. That's why I tell you, don't worry about what the price per acre is. Well, you could have. Just drop it. Don't get hung up. If you're looking for a place, this is the criteria I use. Find a piece of property you like that you can afford. You're not going to go out and find, most of the time, oceanfront property with owner financing. You're not going to most time find property on a lake shore where you have beautiful views of the lake. That's reasonable. You know why? Because other people want that land for the same reason you do. So there's a demand for it. This land out here, there ain't much demand for it. Every state has places like this. Not much demand because grows rocks. That's all it does. Trees and rocks. Perfect for what I want. So there was quite a few that were up were genuinely concerned about how much I paid for this land. I couldn't care less. It was the place I wanted. That checked off most of what I wanted. Was it what I considered perfect? No, 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 no. I had to clear all this. I mean, this was a thick briar and sapling thicket when I moved here. So got that taken care of. I knew I should wrote these down. We answered the one about the bathroom. Some people just, they want to make comments, and I guess they think it will elicit a certain response from me. I don't know. Maybe they think if they leave a mean or condescending remark, maybe they think I'll react like this.
Yeah. Well, it's 1:30 in the morning. I've been up all night. Yeah, some guy named Offgrid Dude 1911 said that I was using 14 gauge wire on my solar system, and I was supposed to be using 12 gauge. And since I was using the wrong gauge wire, I'm not off grid. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't know. I thought I was off grid this time, but I was using the wrong gauge wire. I just can't go to sleep now. I'm so devastated. Yeah. Okay, Mommy. Bye-bye.
I don't know. Maybe they think I will act like this. Hey, buddy. Yeah, it's me, man. Yeah, dude, I got some bad news for you. Yeah, that fishing trip we had planned for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back out on that. I'm sorry. I'm just, I got a bad comment on my YouTube video from some person named TX Johnny Appleseed 3378. Yeah, he said he watched me pour gas from my gas can into the generator on one of my videos. And he could tell I was using 87 octane instead of 92 octane gas. And the off-gridders only use 92 octane. Yeah, I had no idea. I guess I was absent that day when they covered what octane to use off-grid in the off-grid college. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'll catch you another day. This has emotionally crushed me. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Say something for me next time, man. Okay, bye. And I'm sure some think I'm probably behind the computer screen acting like this. How was I supposed to know I was supposed to use wall sconces in my cabin to be considered off-grid? What's a wall sconce anyway, Karen's mom 369? But I'm not. I don't really care. I've told y'all before, you ones who've been a while know that I didn't start this channel to get subscribers and viewers. I did it for my family, for posterity, sake, that those who were my family who were interested could see how I lived, and I enjoy doing it. Don't get did as much as I used to. Here, Blue Jay, that's just one. One Blue Jay can be a liar, okay? He can be a poop stirrer, let's call him. I don't hear no other ones. He's just out there. He's just big mouth this morning. So yeah, excuse me, my nose. So yeah, there was one other I was wanting to address. And I can't remember what it was. Oh, there was one that said, this is again on an old video, I had better get in shape if if I was going to keep doing this. That was about 4 years ago, and I'm still not in shape, so there's that. What was that other one? There was one more. I can kind of be if you haven't noticed yet, if you're news here, I can kind of be sarcastic, because I really don't care. I find some of these comments humorous, but if somebody really genuinely needs some information, I don't mind helping. That's what I do. Oh, I was going to go back to the single thing. Apparently, if you're single, you can do all this, but if you had a family, you couldn't do it. This area is full of people who live in stuff like this. Families. Single women. I've told you before, there's an older woman up here that lives in a shed smaller than this. And she was there up till about 3 months ago. I think she got married and moved off. Her shed and everything's gone now, but she lived there for almost 4 years. She moved there. I moved here, I think, in late spring, May or June. And that fall, she was moving in, like September, October, she was moving in. So she was there pretty good 4 years, I guess, maybe. So, but I know I see them on the local Facebook page for the community. I see them on there, either asking for help or they got something for sale. Facebook. So anybody, anything. Y'all got water? No, I hauled some in yesterday. That's the other thing. How do I get my water? I currently haul my water in. That's why I will usually wait till I go into town and take a shower. Unless I'm just worked out here all day and it's hot and I'm just filthy. Then I'll do the portable shower thing. That blue jay's still lying, only he's over here now. He was over here, now he's over here. He just trying to stir up the woods. Still trying to think of one comment. The comment I had about the Dirksen building, everybody, oh, you coulda, I explained that in the video. Oh, I know what it was. Everybody, but everybody will be like, oh, you could have built something cheaper than buying it. You're right, I could have. But if you watch the video, you seen that it wasn't, at that time, it wasn't about the cost. It was about getting it out here quickly and set up to have a place to live. Which, if you watch that video, you knew that kind of blew up in my face, because it took them, I think, 3 weeks to get this out. When I was told it would be 7 days, it ended up being 3 weeks. Had I known at the beginning it would be almost a month, yeah, I probably would have built something. But then again, you also have the fact that I was able to just get it out here for $200 down, I think. I cannot remember what it cost. I mean, it's been a minute. So, I don't dwell on that. So, but I think it was just $200 down, and they moved it out here. Got the paperwork and stuff, started to move out here. The other one was, he put timestamps in the comment. You got power lines right across here. Yeah, off grid, maybe to you. Okay, tell me you haven't watched all the videos without telling me you haven't watched all the videos. I explained that quite well, but yes, there are power lines right across this road right here. If I wanted to hook up to the grid, all I would have to do is come up with a suitcase full of money, and they would. And that was on. Another one said on the about my generator, $450. You could have had electric installed for less time. No, you can't even get close to having electric installed. For one thing, I'd have to have a power pole right here by the house. Okay, they don't install those for free. Next, I would have to have an electrical box with breakers already wired up to the house. Wait a minute, there's not electric in the house, so I'd have to wire the house. Then I'd have to have a certificate from an actual licensed electrician that wired the box up to the house. Well, that ain't cheap either. Then maybe they would run that electric wire from over there over to my house. Then they're going to want a monthly minimum, whether I use more than the minimum or not. They still won't charge me every single freaking month. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of moving out here, being off grid and being self-sufficient. No, thank you. As I said before, and that bottom wire, I think I've told you all this too, that bottom wire is fiber optic internet. If I wanted fiber optic internet, go through basically the whole process again and pay those people $100 and something a month for that. No, thank you. So that was it. That was the one. So he was really concerned because he watched just enough to get a timestamp. There's a power line off grid, maybe you. Again, I couldn't care less what he's saying, but for those that have that concern, that's the, what is that? They call that the 411 on the power line crossroad. Yeah, there's power crossroad. Goes to that old abandoned house or where the people used to live in. Doesn't come over this side. Too much money to bring it over here, and Now if they told me, Don, we'll run that across there. We'll put you a pole in. We'll get you an electric box hooked up, all that stuff, and you don't have to pay us nothing. You don't have to pay us free. It's free electricity for you. Yeah, I'm saying, hell yeah, bring it on. But I want that in writing first. So that's not going to happen. So anyway, that's why there is. You're seeing some videos, a power line out there. Still not connected to it. There's a water line, rural water line under my driveway. Still not connected to it. $1,300 for a water meter for them to come out. Even the guy, when the guy was out here bleeding the line, I asked him about this house over here. Yeah, he said there was a water meter there, but they took it out. When they disconnected their service, the water company come out, tapped off the line, and took the meter. So it would be another, if someone moved over and wanted water, it would be another $1,300 for them to bring back out the meter, probably not the same one, but the meter to hook up to that. If I wanted water, $1,300 for the privilege to pay them every month. Whether I use, again, they have a minimum also. I think it's 18 or 20 bucks a month minimum. Whether I used one drop of water or not, I'd owe them 18 to 20 bucks a month just for the privilege of having a water meter that I paid $1,300 for. Sorry, not gonna do it. I'll haul my water in before I pay for that, which I do. Okay, so I think that covered most of the questions and concerns, and so I appreciate one guy being concerned about my health. That was really touching. I know it's the internet and you get all kinds, and I really do appreciate all you viewers. So I think that's all for right now. If it's not, I'll put another little clip in someplace of the other questions. Yeah, I probably at some point will have to start writing it down because I just can't remember all the comments and suggestions and stuff I get. But it's getting brighter out. Do you notice that? Maybe the sun might be trying to break in. We did have another batch of storms coming, and that's why I really decided to do this instead of starting something I really need to do. So I'm going to try to finish the cabin this year, this fall, winter. I know I keep saying that. Enclose the porch here, turn it into a small kitchen inside, all that stuff. Oh, the other concern was, if you're off grid, how do you get internet? Gee, I have no idea how I get internet off grid. I mean, this little device here is a magical device. The hell am I looking for? See, I can't do two things at once. I'm looking for a weather app, the radar app. Okay, yeah, it's just a magical device that sucks in the interweb stuff and just magically transform it into pictures. Just I don't know how I get internet off grid though. It's just I wake up and it is there. Yeah, we got more storms coming. Windy app. That's what I use a lot of times. Makes a little click, 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 click every time there's lightning. I love that. Seriously though, I do have I'm going to have a video coming out about internet options for off-grid. Well, you got internet, you're not off-grid. Get that a lot too. You gotta be like me, I only get radio and over-the-air TV. Oh. So we're differentiating carrier waves now. If it brings AM, FM radio, or ham radio, CB, or TV, it's okay, you're off-grid, but boy, don't let it bring them interwebs waves in. No, sir, not them interwebs. That ain't all grid. Them carrier waves are on grid carrier waves. You see how silly some of y'all sound when you do stuff like that? I had a guy on the forum once when I was talking about internet. Well, you know, off grid, you got internet. Dude, how are you even typing that comment? Really? He's off grid though. He's off grid. But somehow he was able to leave a comment on an internet forum. But he's off grid. And so I was just like, really? Some of y'all are your own worst enemies, man. I mean, just he had a CB. I think he said CB, AM FM radio, and got over the air TV stuff. And he was off grid. If you had them interwebs, you weren't off grid. He didn't know how you got them interwebs, but obviously you had to be on grid to get those interwebs. Okay, folks, I've had way too much fun with this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, leave your comments below, and you know, if you got a question about, you know, how to do something out here, I'm not the end all to know all. I mean, this is the way I and many others like me do it. We just get tired of being, you know, part of the rat race, part of the amusement circus for the rich men north of Richmond. You know, hey, let's make these people dance. Oh, look at them dance. So all we had to do was change the color of a cartoon character. Look at them dance. Really? You know, stop being their puppets. Stop being their amusement. You know, and the way you start that is stop being reliant upon things they give you or allow you to have. Don't have a 30-year mortgage. Well, we'll come and take your house. Our mortgage company, sorry, no mortgage company here. Try something else. Well, we'll cut your water off. You think? You think you're going to make it stop raining? Okay. Well, we'll cut your electricity off. You going to put the sun out? You going to reach up there and put the sun out? See, when they can't control you like that, they can't control you. Yeah, they could do other things, but it's harder for them. But there's enough people go, well, I couldn't go without water. I couldn't go without electricity, man. You got to have those things to live. I got to have a new car every 2 years. I can't live like that. And so you just continue the circle of society circus. You just keep spinning that wheel, and they just keep sitting back laughing. Oh, look at there! Look at them spin that wheel now, and yeah. So anyway, don't get me off on that, squirrel. I hope y'all have a good day. I'm sitting here thinking I hadn't had coffee this morning. Maybe the clink of my cup. Where my other cups went to? Well, my big Love's cup's in my car. I use that on the road, so that's plastic. I don't have no. Where my metal cups went to? I'm finding something clink for y'all. There we go. There. Pretend that was a coffee cup. I'm gonna get there. Way too much fun. I appreciate all the viewers. So whether you agree with me or not. If you don't agree with me, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Hit that thumbs down button too a couple times while you're at it. Let me know, man. Let me hear your voice. If you appreciate this, let me hear you. I appreciate some of y'all. So anyway, I think I'm going to go down and get some breakfast at a on-grid diner and get me some coffee. I like that. I like doing that. It's a nice little, it should be a nice little cool drive-in today. And sometimes I like just sitting down, having a cup of coffee, some food somebody else besides me cooked, and that's okay. When you're not reliant upon society and its puppet masters, you can do that on a weekday. And I don't have to work today. I work when I want to work. And when I live like this, I have more time to do this or drive in and during the middle of the week and have coffee and breakfast because I have no mortgage. I have no water bill. I have no electric bill. I do have a gasoline bill, which I have to get gas for the. Yeah, I'm working. I'm going to work on that this winter too, trying to, the reason I haven't got solar yet, and some of y'all know, seen the videos where I bought all the solar stuff. Inverter and stuff like that. I just haven't figured out how I wanted to wire my cabin. I wanted it to be like a modern home where you walk in and flip the switch, but now I've come to realization that it's such a small cabin, I don't need that. So when I decided to do away with wiring it up like a modern house, things got real simple. So anyway, I know this video's run off. I've got to get in town, get me probably some bacon and eggs, and well, they have one dish where I can get eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, and ham. It keeps me in shape, for this off-grid lifestyle. We'll see you.